Today's a big day. Why is that, you may ask? Well, first thing we're doing is the GTI, which you are currently sitting on. And second, it's my first clutch. So, we'll see how this goes. But, I'm excited. Doesn't look that bad. Famous last words. But today, you heard me correct. We are putting a stage 2 clutch in the MK6 GTI. So, stay tuned for that. Also, Supra things will be near future. I have a new thermostat. I have an aftermarket coolant temp gauge because it doesn't work, the stock one. So, and I don't know why the thermostat's not opening, but I went ahead and bought another one. But it's a project for another day. But for now, let's jump into the GTI. Alright, we have made some progress. First off, I lifted the car up because I need to get underneath it, obviously, to pull the transmission. I've got my classic Harbor Freight support bar holding up our engine here. I have the shifter linkage removed, or disconnected, this thing here. So that's done. I have the transmission mount separated, the upper and lower portion. I had the whole bracket, which the car came with this, let me turn the light on. Right there, APR. Same company that they made the tune, shifter brace. But it's time to, I think I'm going to undo the top starter bolt, do all the electrical connections for the starter. And then it's time to hop underneath and start undoing stuff under there. Wish me luck. Another quick update. Engine's still jacked up. We just took the under tray out. There were 30-something bolts. I just took the fender liner out as well so that I can unbolt the axles right here. And then I need to unbolt the axle, that tube right there, the plug there, and then starter and all the bolts for the transmission, as well as the one rear trans mount. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's like right there. And then she's out, and we'll put the new clutch in. And voila. It's out. Haha. Conquered. Kinda. So in here we got old clutch flywheel and pressure plate. That was a pain in the ass to get it out. You can see the axle down there. I also ended up having the rear bushing being completely shot. As you can see, it's not supposed to be like that. So I just pulled the whole subframe out. I've got a new one of those on the way, but not here yet. So I'll probably just put that back in and drive it for a couple days until I get it, because I can drive with a bad mount. But so you can see the whole car is just kind of like exploded everywhere. But I'm gonna do the new slave cylinder. Clean that out a little bit just because it's like so gross. It's so dirty you can't touch it. And obviously putting it in and out, you kind of need to touch it. So do that and then put the new clutch and flywheel on the engine. Alright, we're now under the car. And I just wanted to show you, the clutch was fine. The problem is this right here. That's the flywheel. It's supposed to actuate a little bit on a spring. But she's busted, so that's why I'm doing this. But working on getting this off. I already put the new sleeve in the trans right there. So get this and the flywheel off, and then the new clutch goes in. This is just how it works with me, I guess. I don't know. It's the next day. After fiddling with the trans for probably 3-4 hours last night, just trying to get it back in. I come out today, and in 15 minutes, it's back in. So, here we are. Oh, Jesus, my thing's all loose. Transmission's back in. Good old load bar. I used the chain from the load bar to, I bolted it to one of the holes and just lifted the bitch up, wiggled it around, whatever, used my jack, got it in. All that came out from behind the fender liner, which is why I assume there's rust right here in this corner, right there. So that's a future project. The car's kind of exploded all over the garage right now. Subframe, we're doing that next. I got to put a new bushing in that. I got a new one of those. And then we got to put all this shit back together, put the axles back in, whatever, fill the trans up with new fluid, and she should be good to go. Oh my god. So, we're back for day 3. I didn't really film anything yesterday because this car is kicking my ass. I'd be a liar if I said it wasn't. So, my buddy Cody came over yesterday. I'll put his Instagram right here somewhere. And he helped me for a good 5 hours, probably, getting shit back together. But I am weird in the sense of when the sun goes down, my productivity goes out the window. So, I mean, it was nighttime by the time he got here. We got the new bushings in the subframe, which was a pain in the ass, but he helped me with that, which I really appreciate. As of right now, I think as it stands, I have to put both axles back in. Well, one's in, I have to put the second one in, but I can't get it far enough out of the way to get the axle stub back in, so I think I have to pull the axle all the way out, which is a whole thing. And then I have to refill the trans with fluid. I have to put the subframe and the trans mount back in with the new bushings. We're getting close. I have to reattach the control arm on the driver's side, but other than that, we're really close. I started it yesterday just to make sure that starter engaged, no noises, nothing with the new flywheel. Shakes a bunch, which I was like, oh shit, but it's just because the trans mount for front to rear shake isn't in yet, so that's just something to keep in mind. But I got robbed yesterday. I didn't realize how expensive this shit is at the dealership. I didn't realize you could get it more cheaper elsewhere. But I bought 2 quarts of manual transmission fluid from the Volkswagen Group right there. These fuckers, $100. 2 quarts. So, fuck me. I don't know. But we're getting close. A couple little things here and there. The axle's the last big thing. But I think I'm going to have to pull the bolt that it bolts to the hub and out to get it, fully move the axle out of the way to get the stub in and then put the axle back. I'm not excited for that because those hub bolts don't like to come out. So, but after we do that, it's a lot of buttoning stuff up, like putting the battery tray back in, putting the battery back in, putting the under tray back on, putting the fender liners back in. The last big thing is get both axles in and torque them. It's the last like huge thing. And then we're pretty much home free. I'm excited, but it's day 3. I cut the shit out of my finger on the first day, and it just keeps opening back up because I keep having to like wear gloves and shit, and it's just, I can't even let it heal. So, got blood blister yesterday. I'm just ready to be done with this clutch job, so wish me luck that I get it finished today. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do if I don't get it finished today. Probably take like 3 days off and then come back to it. And, you know, fucking Ohio, it's 45 degrees again today, so it's late April. I don't know why it's so fucking cold anymore, but I'm gonna stop cursing. I'm just making a lot of work for myself in editing, but, and then after I get this running, I need to film the video you will have seen before this, the new car. But I'm done talking. Let's get to work. All right, so I don't know how well you can see it, right? You can't really see it, but let's see. The axle shaft is back in. Now it's time to just do the axle bolts. Alright people, subframe's back in, axle's in. When putting the subframe back in, I couldn't get tension off the sway bar, so I had to get the links off, and the link on the other side came off, this one didn't, so I had to cut it, put a new one in, blah blah. That's sorted. But it's time to put trans fluid in, put the battery in, put the tray in, put the fender liners in, put the wheels on, and we'll go for a drive. Who is surprised I forgot to record an outro? I'm not. Not at all. I do this all the time. But I'm working on it. Next video you guys will see after this one, I made a specific effort to film everything I could. But the clutch, it had kicked my ass. It had been 3 12-hour days, and I was just so ready to be done that the car was drivable. I drove home and I went to bed. So there wasn't an outro. I didn't really film it, put back together, but the car is great. Now that I'm filming this after the fact, I can give you kind of my say on the clutch. It's a Southbend Stage 2 daily clutch, and I love it. It grips great. It's not super heavy, so it's, as the name says, it's great for daily driving. It's not like painful to drive in traffic. I mean, obviously stop and go traffic sucks regardless in a manual, but whatever, what can you do about it? But I like the clutch, I'm happy with it. I'm glad I did it myself because I definitely feel like I'm more comfortable with the car now, and I know kind of how everything goes together, which will come in handy in our next video, which hopefully won't be another 3-week break between this one and that one, but I forget. I record videos and then I have them and I'm like, I need to upload them. Darn. Oops. So I hope you can forgive me for that, but hopefully more regular content coming soon. But for now, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you didn't, leave a dislike, but tell me why. I know that's not my thing, but
works. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.